What is going on, everybody? It's your boy MTG Bird back with another deck tip. Looking for some Rakdos hotness? Looking to deal a lot of damage? Or are you looking for an aristocrat style of play? Either way, I have an awesome new commander for you. The star of the show this time is Evereth, Viceroy of Plunder. Let's get into her abilities. Evereth, Viceroy of Plunder, is a 3-mana 2/2 legendary creature vampire soldier with the following text. She has flying. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Put a +1/+1 counter on Evereth, Viceroy of Plunder. If the sacrifice permanent was a treasure, she gains lifelink until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. She also has another line of text. Whenever Evereth dies, you may play one in a hybrid Rakdos. When you do, Evereth deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. So this is a healthy block of text, so let's analyze it one step at a time. So there are two pieces here. Piece 1 lets us sacrifice a creature or artifact to put a counter on Evereth. What this means is we can have a plethora of sackable permanents and buff Evereth to the point where her second ability gets to be terrifying. When she dies, we can pay 1 in hybrid Rakdos and deal damage to each opponent with her power. This works really well with the premium effect on the sack ability, as she can gain lifelink if she eats a treasure, which can gain us a ton of life with that activated ability on her death trigger. So let's talk about the gameplay loop. Our gameplay loop this time is to play Evereth early while providing her with permanents to sacrifice to power up to the point where we can reach that death trigger payoff. As always, let's get into the veggies of our deck to better explain our synergies. We're going to start with card draw this time around. The card draw here is a mix of taking advantage of the permanents we will have and just generally good card draw. Some effects we have on this list are going to be Deadly Dispute, Demand Answers, Unexpected Windfall, Valakut Awakening, and a personal favorite, yet simple card, Night's Whisper. We also have black market connections that can also draw and make a treasure or a creature to sacrifice to Evereth. All these provide us with a bit of a card advantage while helping us use the multitude of artifacts that we have at our disposal. We have another one of my favorite cards in Disciple of Bolas, which can allow us to sack a beefy Evereth and get huge damage in while gaining life and drawing cards. The amount of cards draw I count in this deck is 8, which is a little bit low, but we will test it and add more as we go. Also, it's worth noting that this is my very first time playing Necropotence, and I'm excited to see how it plays. Let's go into removal next. The removal package may be a little light, but I have some great sources. First of all, let's go over our sweepers. We have Blasphemous Act, Toxic Deluge, Spiteful Banditry, and a spicy Chandra's Ignition, all fall into the sweeper category. My hope is that Evereth can live through Blasphemous Act, Toxic Deluge, and Spiteful Banditry, while also having lifelink and a high power to make the most out of Chandra's Ignition. Next, we'll go into the single target removal, which I only have a few. Bedevil, Deadly Rollick, and Withering Torment are my mainstays, and the activated ability on Grim Hireland is about half a removal spell. I'm hoping that this is enough to take care of our problems. I've also included Bogart Trawler as a way to deal with those pesky graveyards, and also adding a land. With our removers and sweepers, we have a total of 9 cards, which could be higher, but I will adjust it as the deck grows. Let's get into the ramp. For ramp, we have a typical suite for Rakdos. We have Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Felwar Stone, Talisman of Indulgence, and Mind Stone. We also have included Pride Statue, as it's just good here, giving us a total of 3 artifacts to sack to Evereth. We also included Liquid Metal Torque. While I'm not exactly ramp, I will talk about Expedition Map, as it can get us any land, but the targets are more than likely going to be a set of our more powerful lands. These are going to be Field of the Dead, Fomori Vault, and Urza's Saga. So Field of the Dead will provide sack fodder for Evereth. Fomori Vault is a huge source of card selection, and Urza's Sagas will just get us some powerful artifacts from our 1 mana slot and create some constructs to give us the edge in combat. We also are running Cursive Opulence, which can net us a bunch of gold, notably not treasures, but would give us a bit of mana, which makes 9 cards in our RAM category. So this pretty much covers our bases with veggies. Would you be comfortable with these numbers, or would you have some stuff, add some stuff in some places? Let me know in the comments. Now let's get to the spice. The first spice pick is a no-brainer. It's going to be Crime Novelist. Just synergizes with our deck to the point where we can call it our lieutenant. Sacrificing artifacts to Evereth is going to be our bread and butter, and getting a red mana whenever we sack it just provides a ton of value. Crime Novelist itself even gets bigger when we sack the artifact, so we have another beefy creature. Next on the spice picks, we have Seize the Spotlight, which is a strong here. See, our opponents have a choice. They can either give us a creature they control, or they can give us a card and a treasure. It's win-win, as we can attack freely with the acquired creature, then sacrifice it to Evereth. It's a bit rude, but it's our opponent's choice, so that makes me feel a little bit better about it. Lastly, I'm excited to play Moonstone Eulogist. This card is just sweet and can provide us with blood tokens, as well as giving us a big beater and gaining life when we sacrifice artifacts. It actually reminds me of Sunscorch Regent, but not as good. So let's talk about the future of the deck. Evereth is brand new, so I have to get a lot more games in to see what the deck needs. So here's my grading rubric for my decks. S means I love the deck and its gameplay loop, and I feel that the cards in place have solidified their spots. A means I love the deck and the gameplay loop, but the cards can be swapped out and made for improvements. B means I love the idea of the deck, but the gameplay loop is unfamiliar due to a lack of games. And C means I'm mid on the deck and the gameplay loop hasn't excited me for a while. Right now, Evereth is sitting as a B, as I need more reps to figure out the deck. So that's my Evereth Viceroy of Plunder deck. What do y'all think about it? Would you add or remove anything? Be sure to like and subscribe if you like the content. Be sure to take care of yourselves and be kind to one another. See you next time.